student participates in various activities which impart learning to him during his school days. So he might have written exams, participated in contests, acted in dramas. So we need a way of recording all this in an understandable form. All we have is a bunch of certificates and an independent set of numbers, and we're not able to make much sense out of these disconnected figures.
So having something like an index which will allow parents and especially teachers to understand how students are doing, monitor their progress, and also in the long run I hope to tailor the offering in the classroom and outside the classroom according to each student's needs and abilities. I think this is the most crucial way in which we can transform the system to make it more inclusive. I think right now a lot of students at all levels get turned off simply because there is no recognition that they have different abilities, and they just say, okay, if I can't make it in the system, then I'll just do whatever I want. And I think we are losing a lot of talented people in this process.
The idea of a learning index is to act as a long-term compass to measure effectiveness of various educational methods. There's a lot of money being spent in education: activity-based learning, project-based learning, conceptual learning, new way of teacher training, online learning. The list is endless. But how effective are these? One way is to have a standardized test. And in fact, most of the attempts are like standardized tests, which looks at one specific point in time with very little data. There is a need to have a lot of data over a long period of time and metadata, and yet present this data in a very simple form which shows interesting variation in trends across a period of time. And if needed, one can actually look at the factors that is affecting these interesting variations. That is the idea of learning index.
Learning index I see it as a measurement tool that can capture all spheres of a student's performance, ranging from his academic marks through his post-scholastic part to the other competitions conducted outside of the school.
Report card gives performance of a student only within a school. It's a very school-specific thing. On the other hand, learning index will give his performance across schools and regions. Learning index will consider participation in competitions and other such activities, while report cards will be giving weightage only to mark-based exams.
In long term, our hope is to make this learning index a real feedback for educators and learners, and be a fundamental contribution towards making education better.
To get people to accept that data-driven decision making is important, I think you have to present the data in a way that they can actually understand and digest, and that's crucial.